Greetings again and again. We all want more blessings in life, right? But oftentimes we tend to seek those blessings outside, from material possessions, from people in relationships, from various goals and achievements. And we tend to forget that the source of blessing is inside, that we are the source of blessings within us. So, namaste to you. I honor in you the source of blessing, the source of bliss. And I honor that source in all people. So today we are going to continue our exploration of the pranayama yogic breath techniques. And today we are going to learn more and practice about two techniques that have to do with the polarity of the human body, the female and the male aspects, in terms of yogic anatomy and in terms of just living life. So apparently we all have a polarity. We come as kind of a male, kind of a female. But really, inside, we are one. The gender is an appearance. Inside, we are one. And remember that polarities or seeming polarities are not opposites. They are complementary. And this is very well expressed in the traditional symbol of the yin-yang. The yin being the feminine part, the yang being the more masculine part. In each of those polarities, there is the seed of the other polarity. They are complementaries, not opposites. And in life, this is what's happening. We tend to see an opposition when in fact we need to find a way to be complementary. So, those yogic techniques have to do with the left side of the body being more feminine, the heart, right? And the right side of the body being more, let's say, go get it, masculine. And it has to do with the two nostrils. The left nostril, being part of the left side of the body, is more feminine oriented. In the yoga tradition, it's called the Chandra, the moon nostril. And the right nostril, belonging to the right part of the body, is more solar oriented. Surya, in Sanskrit, the sun. And remember, we know from medical science that there is a crossing. So the left nostril is actually connected with the right hemisphere of the brain, which has to do more with intuition kind of faculties, whereas the right nostril is connected to the left aspect of the brain, the left hemisphere, that is more the logical one. So this brings us to just briefly describe a little bit of the yoga anatomy, the esoteric anatomy of yoga. We all know we have a physical body, okay? The body of food, Anna Maya Kosha in the Vedic tradition, the body that has to do with the materiality of life. Beyond that, and sustaining it, there is an energy body. in all wisdom traditions, they describe an energy body, an energetic matrix that's behind the physicalness. In the yogic tradition, we have a description of a very complex energy body made of subtle energy channels, the nadis, that create an entire system of connection between higher aspects of who we are, higher bodies, mental, intuitive, spiritual bodies, and that material body itself. The energy body is the interface, and whatever happens in the energy body will manifest or not in the physical body. So, the two techniques that we are going to learn today have to do with creating consciously polarities that are complementary in terms of the breath. The first of those techniques is called Chandra Vedana. Vedana means piercing or awakening. Left nostril, Chandra. Right nostril, Surya, Surya Vedana. And we'll, in a moment, get into the technicalities of it and the practice of it. I want to bring up some science-based facts. At the end of the 19th century, Western science discovered what is now called the nostril cycle. It was discovered that the human body goes through many cycles, and one of them is the nostril cycle. The duration of that cycle is in average 2.5 hours, depending on various people, but in average. And what's happening is that there is a selective choice of 1/2 of the autonomous nervous system by the hypothalamus that switches every so often which nostril will be prevalent and will be a high volume input, whereas the other one will go into a low volume and kind of rest. So we know about that nostril cycle. It's a very important one. It's unconscious, but in yoga, we tend to bring unconscious processes and functions to the forefront. So we become aware of them and we can use them for the development of the human potential. So that's the nostril cycle. Also, if one nostril has a high volume, the other one has a low volume, then the olfactory centers, the centers that smell inside, the sense of smell, has a chance to detect a larger range of smells. So this instrument is very well done, and as we go into more awareness about it, we discover it's a magnificent instrument. And then we realize, why waste it? Why use only 5% of its abilities? Why not learn how much more we can flower? So let's now start with doing a little bit of belly breath again. It's the foundation of all breathing. Let's take 3 natural belly breaths. Putting your hand, cupping your belly, inhaling, letting the belly expand, and letting the belly recede back like a little balloon. Inhale again, let the belly be. Exhale. Deflate the belly. One more time. Inhale in the belly and exhale in the belly. Now, let's take a full yogic breath. Open your arm, start with the belly and go up. Belly, lower lungs, mid lungs, upper lungs. Inhale, inhale. Use your hands to amplify your inhale, to receive more prana, more life force, more oxygen. Inhale, 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 come to a top. Bring a little bit more there. Take a couple more sips on top. Hold the breath. Feel your fullness, the peak of your breath. And then slowly enjoying it, start to exhale, breathe out from the top down. Using the mouth, sending a stream of exhale through the mouth. Again, one full yogic breath. Inhale, inhale, expand. Open the chest, open your heart, open your smile. Welcome the sun. Stretch to the sky. Hold the breath as if you are a large sphere of energy vibrating to its maximum potential, a sphere of light. Hold it, be that, realize we are that. And then slowly allow the cycle to complete itself and to come down to the emptiness. The full yogic breath has to do with three components: belly breath, intercostal breath, and clavicular breath. It's including all of those. It's the complete breath, a totality of breath. And as we practice, the lung capacity augments, the exposure of the cells inside to new, fresh oxygen augments, and we benefit immensely. Normally, unconsciously, we breathe and use 1/8 of the lung capacity. When we bring consciousness into breathing, little by little, we augment that capacity and we can come to a full 8/8, a full, complete reception of how much life force can come into a 1/8, a factor of 1/8, and possibly more. There are no limits in terms of who we can become from who we are in the beginning. So let us now start to do an oming. It's traditional in the yoga practice, in the yoga wisdom, to clear the space and establish a sacred vibrational space by using the clearing, cleansing, universal sound of Om, like Amen in the Western traditions. So let's take a full inhale and we'll chant Om 3 times. Again, an inhale. One more and last time. Inhale. The humming has two aspects. One is the external sound that you hear with your external ears. And once you close the lips, that's the threshold for the inner sound, the inner reverb, the inner resonance of Om to vibrate your inside universe. So let us jump into the first yogic technique, Chandra, moon, Surya, sun, full breath. So what we'll do, we use what is called the pranayama mudra. What it is, you bend the second and third finger to the palm, keep the thumb open so you can close a nostril, the right nostril, and the ring fingers will be able to close the left nostril if needed. That's the traditional standard pranayama mudra that we will use for the next technique. Presently, I found more efficient, easier to actually use a finger to close the, let's say, right nostril, either the thumb or the ring finger. So it's your choice. We all have to adapt these wisdom techniques to who we are. So I will use the thumb. It's kind of the easiest to see and to apply. So what we'll do, we'll close the right nostril, we'll close the masculine solar side of the body mind, and we will start to breathe uniquely from the left nostril. Inhale up, exhale down. And we'll try to do a full inhale and a full exhale, very slowly, in order to clear and cleanse that one feminine channel of the moon nostril. So let's start. Use your thumb, bring it to your right nostril, close the right nostril, start to exhale on the left. Your left hand can be on your knee in what is called the Gyan Mudra, forming like a loop that completes energy between two meridians and acupuncture points, and just rest it on your left knee. So close the right nostril, start to exhale on the left all the way down. Then inhale on the left all the way up. Enjoying it. Stay there a moment and then start the descent. Start to exhale down on the left. We are always staying on the left. And continue. Inhale up. Exhale down, left nostril. Find your own rhythm. Push it a little bit. And exhale. We'll do it for about 20 times. So be ready for it and continue the practice. Swallow your saliva if you need to, or blow your nose if you need to, and then keep going. Try to feel the connection between the left nostril and the right part of the brain, the right hemisphere. Get into the dance of it. A few more times. Bring your full consciousness into it. If your mind is wandering, bring it back to the breath. Bring your attention back to the breath. Three more times. One. Two. Last inhale up. Now full, complete exhale. Bring your right hand to your right knee, the Gyan Mudra. Exhale. Take an inhale with your two nostrils up. Stay on top. Hold the breath for a moment. And then exhale through the two nostrils slowly. And we are going to switch. So keep your right hand in the Gyan Mudra on your right knee. The left hand comes with the thumb and closes the Chandra nostril, the moon nostril on the left side. Exhale through the right nostril down. And inhale through the right nostril up, all the way, full. And exhale down on the right and continue that dance using the right nostril this time. Deep, full breath on one side only. Try to feel the connection between your right nostril and your left brain. Try to feel the difference between the two energies, breathing on the left, breathing on the right. How does it feel inside? Few more times. Three more times. One. Two. And three. This time exhale all the way down on the right side. Bring your two hands on your knees in the Gyan Mudra. Exhale down, empty, empty. Then inhale with your two nostrils up. Hold the breath. Smile to yourself. Smile to the union of the moon and the sun, the sacred marriage, the Hierogamos. And then exhale through the two nostrils. Open your eyes, relax your hands, move your body a little bit. Enjoy the rosemary flower bush behind me. Rosemary is a very potent antiviral, anti-inflammatory plant. You can eat the flowers in your salad as well as the leaves. You can make teas, you can make infusions, inhalations, inhale, exhale, right? And you can find it everywhere at this time. It's free. So if you don't know, if you have not been acquainted with rosemary, please do. Nature is here for us because we are part of her. So we'll continue and we'll get now into the second technique that is called alternate nostril breath or Nadi Shodhana. Nadi, again, is the Sanskrit word for subtle channels in the energy body. And yoga anatomy describes a variety of those channels that need to be cleansed so that they can be used and support us. The two main of those channels are called Ida, I-D-A, and it's the feminine channel that crisscrosses through the back, in and around the tube of light inside, and will go through the left nostril and then to the right brain. Vice versa, the Pingala, subtle main channel in the back, crisscrosses through the energy centers, energizes the right nostril and connects with the left brain. So, alternate breathing is a wonderful way to, again, bring together the two polarities of male-female inside us into oneness, to bring them to realize they need each other, they are complementaries. The way to do it, this time we'll use the full, normal, traditional pranam mudra, the two index and middle fingers bent, the right thumb ready to close the right nostril, and the right ring finger ready to close the left nostril. So it will go like that. The left hand, again, is passive, is receiving, and forms the Gyan Mudra, that loop of energy here, that self-contains our energy. So, we'll start by bringing the thumb to close the right nostril and exhale all the way down on the left. Now inhale all the way up on the left. Inhale more, hold the breath, then switch. Use the ring finger of the right hand, close the left nostril and exhale through the right nostril. Now inhale through the right nostril all the way up. Hold the breath and switch again. Right thumb closing the right nostril. Exhale on the left. Inhale on the left. Inhale more. Switch. Exhale right. Inhale right. Switch. Exhale left. And continue like that. Inhale left. Exhale right. Find your own rhythm. Follow the pattern. Exhale left. In left. Exhale right. In right. Exhale left. A few more times. Continue on your own. I won't say anything for a moment. Try to find a smile. Three more times. Last time. Inhale right. Hold it. And exhale left all the way. Bring your right hand on your right knee, Nrugyan Mudra. Exhale all the way down. Feel the emptiness. And then as slowly as you can, inhale with the two nostrils. Filling up belly, lungs, shoulders, your auric field, your whole being. Feeling that you integrate the male and the female inside yourself. And slowly exhale, start to open your eyes very slowly. Bring your hands palm down on your knees. Greet yourself again as somebody who is choosing to consciously take advantage of the incredible potential of this human instrument. The very first and easiest tool is the breath. So if you practice some of the various techniques that we have been showing, you will find the techniques that are most appropriate for you, and by repeatedly, with an inner discipline, putting yourself to practicing every day if possible, and in a place that's conducive, near flowing river, flowing water with negative ions, in a forest, near stones, with a ground that is supporting your connection to the totality, to existence. If you practice every day, you will be amazed of the progress that you can make. So I encourage you and invite you to go deep into your breathing practice. It has also very practical daily life applications. If you feel yourself being tense, agitated, hyperactive, if your mind is just going overboard. And if in that moment you have the witnessing aspect, you have this, I am tense, I am interactive. If you observe that from higher up, from your witness center, then you can change it. What you do, you start to bring your attention to your belly and take a couple deep belly breaths. Nobody else needs to see it, but you bring consciousness into your situation and you change it by using the breath. The first line of practice that nature has built in us. If you have a hard time falling asleep, again, your mind is too agitated or your body has accumulated too much tension. What you do a deep breath, but you do an exhalation that's much longer than the inhalation. Why? Because when we inhale, we energize ourselves. When we exhale, the other second half of the cycle, we are going back to rest. We are relaxing. We are giving the parasympathetic nervous system the signal that it's time to slow down, to relax. When we inhale, we energize and we get into more of the fight, flight mode of dealing with the external world with strength, external strength. So you have here a second clue as to manage your inner situations, your moods, your energy levels. Inhale longer, you will energize yourself. If you feel lethargic, if it's hard for you to pay attention to the situation, to wake yourself up, then use a breath, a deep breath that prioritizes the inhale, much longer inhale. That will immediately put you in a more alert type of mode. And if you want to relax, you do the opposite. You do a much longer exhale. So, I wish you well. Thank you for learning from yourself, learning and realizing that there is so much more about who we are, way beyond the name, the language, the family, the culture, all those things that we thought were who we are. They are just attributes. They come and go. Inside, there are places that are permanent, that do not move. That's the way to your inner center, to your source, to that source of peace and bliss. And that is the quest of all wisdom traditions throughout the times, throughout the ages. And that is the quest of yoga that is now being brought to many people so that they can blossom more and flower more. Just like this magnificent rosemary bush. At a certain time, it comes into flowers. And the butterflies, the bees are coming to partake of the bounty, of the nectar of life. The nectar of life is consciousness. Again, namaste. I honor the source of bliss within you. Bye from now, and we'll meet again.